And what was the culture of the company like in 1992?
The culture was fun. When I went for my first interview in the office, I stood there. There was no reception, and the receptionist, Mary, who is one of the most fantastic people of all time, was very polite and kind. And people were walking by, and it was very busy and bustling, and people were walking by but going, "Morning!" And at the beginning, I just kept looking around for who is everybody talking to. Well, it was me. It was, and you could tell it was busy because phones were ringing.
So when you think back early on in your career in this industry, if you had to name one person who was kind of the first person to really inspire you or to really instill respect in you that you'll always carry with you, who would that be?
So a man named Nigel Saunders came over and still is one of my best friends, not just in the industry but in the world. And he's always been there as a confidant. And I can say that too about people like, Gordon Bell, so many people in the Ayers company. One thing I will say, I learn from everybody. Sometimes you learn from people when they do something right, and you learn from people when they do something incorrect, and you learn, well, I'm not going to do that. So Paul Evans was one. We just lost him this week. Always there for everybody really in the industry. Always good at giving advice. Always called you on your birthday. Always remembered little things, and he just made so many people feel important. But there just are so many people out there in this industry, and that includes clients. We've been so lucky to have some super clients over the years, and they're truly pulling for you to do new things and help you when we bring out new software. We'll have a team of our clients that volunteer to test it and make sure that it works, and then come back with ideas. So if it would do these three things, it would be better for me. Those are the kind of things, and that's why I really do think we have very great clients, but we also retain them for a long time. Certainly Brian Putt, Jim Putt, my dad, just people that would give you real advice when you really needed it. You know what, I always look back at, opening the West Coast office and the day that we had that meeting in Pittsburgh to change our whole company. And those were days, but there's so many days I feel immense pride. And when you're young, you think that, when I graduated college, I wrote 3 goals down. One of them is I wanted to make a certain amount of money. One of them is I wanted to be successful. And I remember telling my dad when I hit one of those milestones, and it was the money one. And he said, well, how do you feel? And I said, I don't know. I don't feel great. It didn't do anything for me. And he laughed, and his exact quote was, well, I could have told you that, you nincompoop. It's more about other people, and it's more about success through others and for others. And I remembered that because he was another guy that gave me great advice. But watching other people at this company grow, like yourself and Jenmer and Laura Barone and Romy and Laura May and Cherie and countless others, you guys have all been here for anywhere from 20 to 25 years. And that means something to me, to watch others grow. I know what it feels like to me, so I'm proud that I know it feels like that for you and the many other people at Ayers that we have. And just getting nice notes from people this year with COVID has been really been tough on everybody, but we kept going. We didn't have layoffs. We didn't do the things that others had to, and I am appreciative of that. Yeah, my dad told me, and he was a Marine, my dad told me when I was just about old enough to figure life out, I had a paper route, I was 14 or 15, and he said, you know what, your last name means something. And he said, what I'm talking about is your word, your honor. And he said, keep those things in mind as you go along in life, because if you keep that in mind, everything else will chart its course the right way. And obviously hard work, doing things that other people won't do, putting your hand up when you need a volunteer and everybody puts their head down, but being the one that goes, I got this, come on, I'll do it. That's what we look for as managers, right? Those kind of people. So I would just turn that around and say, here are the attributes and the things that you need to consider if you're going to work, especially in customer service and relocation.
Yeah, agreed. Well, thanks for taking the time to do this. I think your story and your storytelling are a big part of the fabric of this company and part of the reason we're here to celebrate 40 years with consistent growth the way that we have been. So thanks for that.
Yeah, my pleasure. Thank you, and happy 40th to everybody at Ayers. I'm really, really proud, and it's a cool thing to have happen. So good for everybody, and I congratulate you all.